Now look, let me address something before I go ahead and get started because I don't want people to get anything this video misconstrued. I don't want people taking things and running with it. You know how people be in general and it's on YouTube especially. People are highly sensitive. You say one name, it's like you say one name, and then people get really in their emotions and they get in their feelings about everything, right? But oh, and you hit the like and hit the sub and also comment as well, right? And also hit the notifications to follow Sports Talking ENT, all right? Sorry, man. I'm getting right to the meat and potatoes of everything that we're gonna talk about right now concerning these two individuals, okay? And these two Hall of Fame players, these two players in which I felt were, uh, at the top of their games whenever they were playing. They were they they had significant impact on the game. But see, the thing about it is the thing that we have to understand, man, is that okay, when it comes to Barry Sanders, like a lot of people don't know, I was more of a Barry Sanders fan than any other running back that played. Okay, so I feel like I have a right to say this. But the thing about it is that when you looked at a guy like Marshall Faulk could do so. His impact to me was made way more. What it was. It was by far better than Barry. Now, that's not taking anything away from Barry Sanders. It's just the thing about it is that when you go and you go look, and I'm gonna pull those stats up in just a few minutes though. But when you go and you go look and you really look at the totality of everything, and you look at like yardage, uh, okay, yes, Barry Sanders, he's gonna have that. He's gonna have the edge on that. But when you look at the reception yards and touchdowns, and then you look at the touchdown passes that he caught. I mean, Marshall Faulk has the edge in that. He has the edge in that. So some people might sit up here and say, okay, well, why why would you say that when Barry Sanders, Barry Sanders this and Barry Sanders that? Listen, Barry Sanders was nice, yeah, and I don't want to hear about Marshall Faulk having the offensive line. Okay, man, like everybody shits on Barry Sanders' offensive line, like they were absolutely just horrible. But the thing that we also have to understand is that as far as the negative is concerned, he has a lot of he's up in yardage. I think the most negative yardage in NFL history. Now I have to look that up. Like I said, I'll get to the stats in just a few minutes. But the thing that we have to understand is that Barry, not Barry, Marshall was on a whole nother stratosphere, especially when he came in. Of course, Barry was still in the 89, 90. He came in 89 and 90 season. So they were still kind of like just stuck to the traditional way of how the running back position was supposed to be played and everything. Uh, but when when Marshall Faulk had came into the league, I instantly I was like, whoa, man, like man, who is this guy? Because I hadn't seen a versatile and see that's my thing. With this channel, man, and with me, you'll know me as a person. I'm all about versatility, man. Like I love Swiss Army knives. I like athletes that can do more than one thing. That's why everybody talks about uh, you know Deion Sanders. I like Bo Jackson. I like Bo Jackson because he took it a step further. Now I know Deion. He did reference and say that he played basketball, but I think Bo Jackson Bo Jackson took it a step further, and I think he did all three. If I'm not mistaken, he took no. I take it back because I like Deion Sanders too. I like the fact that they can do more than one thing. But like when you talk about being able to impact both sports and thrive at both sports, man, that's really tough to do. So it's the same thing. Let's interpret that when you're playing a position like running back where you're just accustomed to just carrying the ball and getting handoff or like a short toss or something like that. But when you can actually receive the ball and actually make plays like that as a running back, man, that shows how gifted you are because they could use you in so many other plays, Whereas with Barry, they can only use you like for running, for like just basically plays that are just formatted for mainly running. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my bad, Young. Let me let you in here, bro. My bad. Man, I'm being my bad, bro. I gotta let you in here, man. I know Young knows football, so let me let him in here. Yeah, but they're sleeping on Barry. I mean, they're sleeping on Marshall. And look, I like Marshall Falk. I mean, I like Barry Sanders. I mean, I absolutely love Barry Sanders. Like when I used to play the video game, like check. If you grown up and you really looked at the game and you really paid attention to the game, then you'll appreciate a guy like Marshall Falk. You will appreciate a guy like Marshall Falk. Uh, everybody wants to rank all these other guys like Sweetness and of course Jim Brown and even Emmitt Smith, in which and I will say this: if Barry would listen, these are two scenarios that people have to understand. Okay, uh, and I don't know why. What now? Like Earl Campbell, and Eric Dickerson, guys like that. I don't even know why those guys just get looked over. You know what I'm saying? Eric Dickerson was absolutely nice. Eric Dickerson was absolutely nice. Man, what's up, Omar, man? Dog, you been missing in action, fool. For real, man. Yo, never come through no more, man. And holler at your kinfolk, bruh. For real, man. You like, but you gonna ask me for a wrench, but you don't never come through. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna come through, yeah. Eric Dickerson was a beast. Eric Dickerson and Earl Campbell. They were both pretty. They were both nice. You've been doing other things, yeah. Other things like what? Making them little shorts. I'm just saying, man. If you LDBC, man, you gotta come through, man. You gotta like, and you gonna ask me, you gonna, and you asked me to be a mod, like consistently, and would not stop. But nigga, you just got your wrench and then just left, nigga. I'm playing with you though, but let me get back. Let me get back on subject though. It's all love, Omar. I'm just messing with you, bro. Uh, Man, y'all go subscribe to my boy Omar Page channel. He brings good content, man. Definitely a good brother, man. Uh, Look, you have to like the versatility. I felt like if it wasn't for Marshall Faulk, a lot of these guys that you see now as running backs, like Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, guys like that, man, you wouldn't they, would, they wouldn't exist because Marshall Faulk was the one that got all of that started. Marshall Faulk was nice, and he had nice moves when he was just staying in the backfield. You know, he could. I mean, he could break away. I mean, he could hit you with the spin. He could do lateral quickness. He could get through the line. He could break. He could break tackles. He could stiff arm you. He could do almost everything. So I don't know why they just look over Marshall Faulk as if like this guy wasn't impactful. He was way more impactful than Barry. Now, in terms of the backfield, okay, if he would have had somewhat of a better line and everything, then Barry Sanders. But it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. I think he would have been more successful in terms of being able to actually get a ring. But you still would have had to have other pieces over there in Detroit. And to me, I felt like now to be fair to Barry Sanders, the Detroit Lions never wanted to put the pieces around him in order to be successful. Because that's the only person. I mean, that's the only person that you knew. Unless you were truly a Detroit Lions fan, you didn't know anybody else on that team except Barry Sanders. That's all you knew. But when it came to hold on one second. Let me read the comment. Yeah, when it came to Marshall Faulk, I mean you had Isaac Bruce, you had Kurt Warner, uh, I think Holt. I want to say Holt was on there. Uh, I mean they had a squad, man. The year that they won the title. They really had a squad. And the thing about it too is that when Marshall Faulk when he played with the Colts, I felt like he was just as dangerous with the Colts as he was with the Rams. At that time it was the St. Louis Rams. I used to love my Marshall Faulk game. I listen. There was a point in my time when I was like, man, hey Barry, I really because when I played Madden, I looked for that. Like I wanted a running back that I could throw it to, and he had the speed. He already had the speed. So if he's already running back ready, and they try to tackle him or something like that, because as a running back you used to um, breaking off tackles. You know what I'm saying? Coming, really getting into the muscle thing, like really grinding it out. Like that's what I don't think a guy like Marion Barber. I don't think he gets enough credit for. I don't think he gets no credit, for the type of running back style that he played. Now, see when you're running your shelf life as a running back is going to be short anyway, and then when you couple that with the fact of you taking a beating the way that you do, it's going to be even shorter. You only have a small window when you're playing a running back position. Your window is not your window to be successful and your playing career is not that long. And I'm talking about long in terms of an elite level. Like running backs, uh, running backs and wide receivers, their careers their careers are not the same in terms of longevity. Like because I always wondered that. I would look at a running back, right, and that running back, he'll be here, he'll be there for like two, two, three, 2, 3 good solid years, and then next thing you know, you don't really see him no more. Such as like Sean Alexander, such as uh, Terrell Davis. Um, who else? Um, trying to think of some more people, because not everybody gonna play a long time like uh, Marshall Faulk, or even Barry Sanders. Because if I'm not mistaken, Faulk came in '90. Well, Marshall Faulk came in '94. Barry Sanders came in '89. I think he retired. I think Barry Sanders retired maybe like I have to go back and look at that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But he played for as long as he could with the organization and gave them what they needed, but they didn't give Barry anything. So I have to be fair to Barry in that regard. But I, this is my question though: had they given him, that opportunity to do, to flex his muscle and everything, and to have a better team and everything, would he still have been as versatile as Marshall Faulk? And I don't think so. I really don't think so. There were very few guys that were doing what Marshall Faulk did. And to my recollection, you know what? As a matter of fact, I think Marshall Faulk did the return. a few times in his career, like punt return and kickoff too. I want to say he did that a couple times. I'm not mistaken. Maybe don't quote me on that, but if I could go back and remember it, because he was doing so many different things. It kind of reminds me of what Luda Ryder. Luda Ryder. Shout out to Luda Ryder Sports. If you haven't subbed to his channel, definitely sub to his channel. When I was on his panel yesterday, we were talking about Lamar Jackson and how like when he wanted to play receiver and everything. Listen, if you got a guy like that he's a quarterback and he doesn't mind playing different positions. Hey, coaches love that, man. Coaches absolutely love that. I know. I think they kind of frown upon on something like that. But it's just like with Randy Moss. He played receiver. I like stuff like that. I like stuff like that, man. It shows that you're willing to do anything, man. You willing to do anything and sacrifice for the betterment of the team, pretty much. So I don't understand why they sleep on Marshall Faulk. I don't understand why when they bring up all these different names, all these different caliber of running backs and everything, they just skim over Marshall Faulk as if this guy didn't have anything to do with it. It's just like nowadays when they talk about Odell Beckham and all the receivers and stuff like that. And me personally, I don't. I'm just gonna be real, okay? If if he keeps up the way, if he keeps up at the rate that he's going, Odell Beckham, he's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. I'm willing to bet money on that. I'm willing to bet money on that. He's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame because he's starting to be injury prone now. Now I'm not the biggest Odell Beckham Jr. Fan. I'm more. I like Julio Jones and of course AB. Even because if AB if AB retired right now, he would get a ring. I mean, he would get a gold jacket, and that was even before the ring. Just for the fact of how consistent he was when he played with the Steelers. But yeah, they look over Marshall Faulk as as if this guy man was just a mediocre running back or something. Another guy that I don't think they give a lot of credit to, but this is just because uh, you know, uh, I think it's because of popularity and everything. He kind of was you know under the radar a little bit or off the radar a little bit. Curtis Martin, you know, Curtis Martin with the Jets, and they had a pretty decent little squad too. When they had him and Santana Moss, that whole little squad. And I think Chad Pendleton was there for a little bit. Man, they had a pretty decent little squad, pretty decent little squad. But I don't understand why they sit there and act like Marshall Faulk had no type of impact at all. And a lot of people, they put other running backs before Barry. It was just like the thing with when it came with Jim Brown and Sweetness. It's just like when they had when it was Jim Brown and Sweetness. I had always I had always been all into Sweetness and everything, but Jim Brown. I went back and I looked at some film on Jim Brown. I was like, man, this guy. I don't know why people just look over Jim Brown as if they automatically put Sweetness over Jim Brown. There were some people that were really doing that. There were a lot of people that were doing that. Sterling Young, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How you, bro?
Doing pretty good, man. We talking about well, yesterday I heard a little bit of conversations about football and stuff, and
Mm.
we were they were talking about running backs,
Right,
and they they just look over a guy like Marshall Faulk and everything. It's just like they don't even recognize him, but they were mentioning Jim Brown, Walter Payton, what I'm saying, Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson, and uh, Earl Campbell and everything. But I'm like, where's Marshall Faulk in this because he revolutionized the running back position. So, Young, what's your take on this, man? Because I like what you had said. You said pretty much, they were sleeping on Marshall Faulk.
right. That's definitely he's the most. And what you said, versatile. You was totally right. He's the most versatile running back that he ever played in the NFL. It's like not only he can run the ball, he can all, and not only he runs the ball a lot, but he's very smart. The blocking and also he's very good as a receiving running back because because he has a lot, because he has a lot of numbers when it comes to rushing and receiving. So and him being like so slept on is just that it just I just can't it's just that I just can't believe it. Like this guy, like you know, this guy's really incredible. I understand no Barry, you got your Barry Sanders, you got your Harry Dixon, but you forgot this man number 28. Play for the Colts and the Rams. Super Bowl champion, MVP, and you can't forget about him because this guy here just the way he plays is very incredible, very fast, versatile. Can run the ball. And is reverse to me like what I said versatile would make him great versus a great run defense is put him in motion because these offense made the modern NFL take step forwards now was unconvincible at running back that can't catch. He can do that.
Right.
Not only that's what I said because like some running backs know they run, nobody can't catch. Marshall changed that because he's a running back that can run and catch. That's why he has so many numbers, so many crazy numbers in receiving. You know, so that's why I said people are really sleeping on him because he's one of those guys up there, and he's very smart. People don't know about Marsh Falk. Marsh Falk is very smart. He he loves to go back and tape and just study the game and just in learn the incarnations of the plays. He's very smart on that. If you know, because if you see him doing all this, normally this because he knows what's the defense. He knows what the play was because he's been studying. He knows all the plays, know all the rights, and that's because like wow, I mean, just to me it was like wow, he's like very one of the smartest, very the smartest running back, very smart. And I would say Not only it's not only like Marshall Falk that should be on this. Like people really sleeping on Marshall Falk, Jerome Bettis. People sleeping on him. Curtis Martin. Terrell Davis. Damian Thompson. You know. Shoot, I can go on. They missing those like this, really sleeping on those guys because those guys put up numbers like them. Like,
Yeah, they really sorry about that, young.
yeah,
They
go
they
ahead.
yeah they really sleep on a guy like Marshall Faulk, and not only do they sleep on a guy like Marshall Faulk, they sleep on uh guys you know, even the Eric Dickersons and the Earl Campbells and stuff like that. Because let's not get it twisted, man. When they talk about running back, the great running backs of all time, their names aren't the first to pop up. But I just feel like and this is another thing too, young. They talk about Emmitt Smith, right?
Hmm.
But if if Barry if Barry wouldn't, and this is why I give to Barry, if Barry wouldn't have retired,
He would have broke
man,
that. He would have broke that record. Yeah,
exactly.
he would have broke that record. I heard that so many times. If Barry wasn't. Yeah, he wouldn't. And he wouldn't. It's like for Barry Sanders, it's like, oh my God, just like this man's the most phenomenal running back ever. Behind Walter Payton. Behind
And
Walter
and it,
Payton. Yeah.
and listen, his longevity was incredible because Barry Sanders he only played 10 years. Marshall Faulk he played 12 years. Now I know the situation that was Barry. They never, I know he was getting tired of it in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Which I can't say. I blame him for leaving and everything. Because what he played 10
Yeah, I
years.
know he played. The end of his career was 98.
Yeah, he ended in '98, and Marshall ended in '05.
Yes.
You know, uh, listen, listen to this. Marshall Faulk had the edge in games, 176. Okay, Marshall Faulk, Marshall Faulk had the edge in rushing touchdowns, which was at 100. Um, in rushing yards per game, that was Barry Sanders because he was at 99.8. But then again, what I'm saying, you got to realize that just because Marshall Faulk was at 69.8, that was because of the receptions. As far as receptions, he blew Barry Sanders out of the water. He was at 767. Barry Sanders was only at 352. Like I said, they didn't utilize him that much for that. And then as far as receiving yards, Barry Sanders had 2,921. Marshall Faulk had 6,875. Then on yards per reception, Marshall Faulk was at 9. Receiving touchdowns, young.
Mark
Receiving touchdowns, right? Barry Sanders only had 10. Marshall Faulk had 36.
6. That's what I said.
Okay.
Right?
Receptions per game, 4.4 for Marshall Faulk. Barry Sanders had 2.3. And receiving yards per game, Marshall Faulk had 39.1. Barry Sanders had 19.1. And yards from the line of scrimmage, Marshall Faulk had the edge in that. And he was at 19,154, while Barry Sanders was at 18,190. And Marshall Faulk, the thing about this too, young, that a lot of people don't know, Marshall Faulk fumbled less. He only had 36. Barry Sanders had 41.
Mm-hmm.
And that's quite natural because Barry, when they were utilizing Barry as much as he did, you know what I'm saying? That was fitting to happen. But see, you look at those numbers, And you say to yourself, well, what about the overall yardage and everything like that? Well, that's why part of the reason why they were able to get a championship too was because they were able to utilize him in several different schemes when they play that championship year
Mm-hmm.
when he played with Kurt Warner and everything. So I
Agreed.
mean, we gotta cut the cap, like Young said, about just skimming over a guy like Marshall Faulk, man. I just think it's a disgrace, and it pisses me off, man.
It is definitely because you gotta. It's like people say, "Oh, Barry, Eric Carmen, Eric Dixon, Eric Dishes, them guys." Like, whoa, whoa. I'm like, whoa. There's some other running backs well. Like I said, Marshall Clark, Jerome Bettis, Ladainian Thompson, um,
Yeah,
and
LT.
LT. There's like Terrell Davis. You shoot, man. I can go on like this. Like Ricky Williams.
Let me ask you something though, Young. Do you think Terrell Davis is a Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah. Oh
You think
yeah.
so? Cause
Yeah.
he had such a short. Hey, yo, it was like he won one ring
Yeah,
and
too.
then he left.
Oh oh, yeah, like no, that's not. I'm not
He,
going.
he he got one. He got one or two.
He got two.
Yeah, he got two. Yeah, because because with Elway. Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, like you got for TDT had 2,000 yards. Had the potential to be the greatest rushing seat. That's like potential to be one of the greatest
Yeah, but
scoring over
it's
2,000
like
now. Like he even played a equivalent of 3 games. Like that's
how many
impressive.
years? How many years did Terrell Davis play?
In like 90, he was a late rounder. So, he was. I know he stopped playing two in around
Let me see.
2001. He stopped playing.
Yeah, he stopped in 2001.
Like
Man, yo, he only played. Yo, man, he only played 7 years, man.
okay, okay.
But I'm contradicting myself. I'm being a hypocrite,
Yeah,
young, because
for real, I'm
I
like,
did say the running back it's a short window. But I'm
like,
just saying though, like that's what pissed me off though. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But he got his ring and got his rings and then he just left though.
but you got to agree, he was a great running back.
Yeah, you're right. He had the 2008. Yeah, he had the. Yeah, you're right about that. He had that year. He had 2008.
I said,
Yeah,
he's in the he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. That one.
right.
But
But
if you want to go like who really, like, if you want to go like who's like a very football who's a running back who's in the Hall of Fame, just that.
hmm
I mean,
I
just, what you said?
no, I didn't say anything. Go ahead, bro.
Just to me, that's because do you think Curtis Martin should be in because he's in the Hall of Fame? Do you
I
think that?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Curtis Martin. I was just talking. I don't know if you heard me. I was just talking about him. It was just that he was just so off the radar, and I like that Jets team when they had him and Pennington and Santana Moss and all those guys that were on there. You know what I'm saying? They were a real talented team. But yeah, Curtis Martin, yeah, definitely so. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean that's just me speaking because Curtis Martin used to do a little bit of like a versatility type of game too. You could use him for receiving, not as much as Marshall Faulk, but that's one of the things I liked about Curtis Martin. Yeah, Curtis Martin, yeah, definitely so, man.
Hey, I'm finna hit you with this one. All right, do
Mm.
you think Ricky Williams should be in the Hall of Fame?
Ooh. Um, that's that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Because of the way his career ended, I would have to say no. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking at like his impact when he came in, from when he came in from UT, and then he came into New Orleans. Oh, I mean that guy. He was doing his thing, but the one knock that I had on him is that he did fumble quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? That was because of his small hands. He had real small hands, but I don't think so. And if he does get in, man, it'll be really, really, really border. It would be borderline. Because if you're gonna wait that long to put To in and everything, and then you put Ricky Williams in, woo,
I
man,
mean,
that's
no, I
really
just think they're like they got Edgerrin James in the Hall of Fame, so I said, okay, if they got Edgerrin James in the Hall of Fame, then Ricky Williams should be in the Hall of Fame if they want to do it like that.
yeah. But Edrin James was consistent though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was consistent. But I like Edrin James coming out of college. Uh, when he was nice, man. I used to like I love his style of play, man. Because he was a nice physical, and he could break tackles too. You know what I'm saying? He could spin off of you, make you miss. You know what I'm saying? When he played with the Colts,
Oh,
yeah, he was.
man, Peyton Manning, man, no, Reggie
Yeah,
Wayne.
Peyton Manning, and see, they were talking about that yesterday too. They were talking about. See, let me ask you this.
Right.
See, a lot of people they they feel like Peyton Manning was was better than Tom Brady. There's a lot of people that really feel that way, but I'm like, how is that so when his playoff numbers blow Peyton Manning out of the water? You see what I'm saying? Like Tom Brady's uh playoff stats blow Peyton Manning out of the water, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, see, Brady had the edge all time. You know what I'm saying? He was 11-6. But see, the thing that separated the two, I'm not even gonna go into the 4,323 yards that Brady had finished with. Okay, uh, in terms of passing and the 33. I'm sorry, Manning finished with 4,323.
Uh,
No, Brady had 4,323, and he had 33 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. But Manning had Manning had 4,985 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, but he had 22 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about in terms of the matchups. So he had less yardage and less interceptions, but he was probably just right there. Um, Manning had the edge. He was 3-2 head to head, but I'm talking about overall, not head to head, but I'm talking about overall. Brady had a better tenure because he had the edge because he was 11-6. So that's what they were arguing about, Young. You know what I'm saying? They were like, okay, well, Brady, they brought up that fact. What do you think about it, man? Because I want to hear this. I don't even know if you like Brady like that.
uh, to me, um, I ain't gonna lie, both of these they're very great quarterbacks.
Hmm.
Brady won their match plays, but Peyton has the stat edge. But on the field, managing equally, um, Brady wins that because uh because um because you know that Brady never led in interceptions. Um,
Right.
so I had to give because we all I got you gotta look at Peyton Peyton no he we all know that no he didn't know he in the postseason no he ain't not bad for when he played horribly in the postseason no it's two super rings runs two super rings You might know his first Super Bowl run, he had like 3 touchdowns, seven interceptions.
Right.
So that's what his problem was. That's what his problem was. His interceptions. He's throwing up interceptions. And for Brady, um, for Brady, to me, is that he's very, he's very unbelievable. Bro. He's very unbelievable. And
Do you think he white supremacy?
oh,
Yeah, hey, young, hey, you should know your boy Polo in the wild. Yeah. Hey, you should already know how I am, man. I'm
no,
a,
bro, no, Brady, bro, he's one of us.
you
Man.
know how it is, man. That's why, hey, y'all, I mess with young on this because I think the other day we were talking about, the I think as LB called it, the Covidius Maximus and the backs and all that. Young said, I'm not answering that.
No, bro, no, bro, you one of us.
What you think though, man?
No, he's one of us. He's from Florida. Shit,
Yeah, you think so?
yes.
There's a
No,
lot of
see,
people, but there's some people that feel like he's WS and everything, and I'm just like nah because he took he took what's the name under his wing. He took all them players on their wing that were expendable, young in Tampa Bay, like Sue and Pierre Paul, AB, and he took them under wing. He let AB live with him.
yeah, because yeah, but like to me, they both played in the pocket. But to me, the who's better at the pocket to me was Brady. Master in the pocket, decision making, footwork in pocket. Execution. Very clutchable, and he has longevity. So you can't get no better than that. I'm gonna have to go with number 12. Even though he's a very sneaky person, but like, I ain't go. You gotta agree. You gotta agree with me on this. Polo. He's very sneaky.
Oh, Deion Sanders.
No. No. Tom Brady.
Who?
Tom Brady.
I mean,
He's sneaky. Come on. Mhm.
yeah. I mean, all of them are. I mean, yeah. No. I agree with that. I mean, he's not the Dak Prescott type. Good, wholesome, humble individual. Nah, Brady want to win, and Brady want to cut your throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, make no mistake about it. But I I think like now as far as the whole deflate gate and all that other stuff, I think that's what people really key in on and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm like he came back and he proved that he could win, even with a shortened season. Him fighting cases, them saying that he couldn't win under Belichick. He did that. He came back and he was able to prove that. So I mean, what more do you want from a guy like Brady? And I was gonna ask you something else, young man. Now that we talking about football, because I gotta get your perspective on this too, man. How you feel like? Because everybody's really doubting the Cowboys. Oh, I shout out to Everything Boxing. I was talking to him yesterday. Him and Monty Brown TV. Shout out to both of them brothers. Okay, look, they felt like he felt like Dak Prescott is trash, and he felt like that. He said that he would take Romo over Dak Prescott. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, everything, man, but you my nigga, man, but
Yeah, because you say, because you say,
uh,
that was, I was like, whoever said that, I'm riding with you. Yeah, but he said did first, nah, but no, To me, the problem with Dallas Cowboys is Jerry Jones. This man
Now
Jerry.
he did say that. He did say that. Go ahead though. You got it.
That's what I said. Jerry Jones. He thinks this is the '90s with Detroit. He trying to find a wide receiver running like that's. It's like come on. It's like I like Dak. I mean I ain't gonna. I like Dak. Dak Prescott. But I just want to know like I just my bad. I like Dak. Dak Prescott. Very good quarterback.
Oh,
But my
Omega.
problem is, that for him is that is he gonna keep getting hurt? That's what I'm saying because that's like if he's gonna keep getting hurt and because I just want to see how he is gonna be healthy um because the defense was bad last year because they didn't know the defense scheme and the year before and it was a rant. No, I just want to see how the defense. The defense was horrible last year. I know you know that, Polo. The defense was horrible last year,
Yeah,
and they started
yeah,
getting
it was,
turnovers.
but they're
And it
working on
did,
it.
but yeah, then toward the end of the season, they started getting better because after firing a coach and get rid of certain players, players, um, I want to see,
They got Parsons too. Remember?
yeah. So I just like I want to know how. I just want to know like I just want to see. I want to see what Steve Dallas can do.
And another thing, Young too. I think you probably noticed too. They got to get rid of Vander Ish if they wanna go up too because Vander Ish he stays hurt. He stays hurt all the time, and now that they got they're looking at Parsons to be at that middle linebacker. Then Vander Ish if I give him 1 more year, if he don't get it together, the Cowboys gonna move on from there because they already boosted up their secondary and everything. And I feel like Dak Prescott, he gonna bounce back, man. That was a gruesome injury. A lot of people don't realize that, like, man, Dak Prescott the year before last, he didn't throw no interception that had no turnovers up until that New Orleans game. So this guy knows how to manage the game, but then all of a sudden, Young, guess what they want him to do? They want him to throw the long ball. They want him to do something. They want him to take more risks, like a Romo and everything. But man, what do you want from this guy? He finishes in the red zone and he finishes with the 2 minute drill. So what are you sweating it about? As long as he managing the game and he wins the game and stuff like that, man, don't do no more, don't do no less. I don't give a fuck if he's a game manager. He's managing to win the game, nigga. What the fuck do you want him to do? Omega Red, man. Hey, you capping right now, bro. But I ain't saying.
I'm not saying better than
Yeah,
like
he's not better than him. He's not better than him, like skill wise. He's more versatile. You could do more with him. Salute to you, Omega. Omega, my nigga, man. But you got to understand. We're like Young and me were saying. I would rather have Marshall Faulk on my team because I could do more with Faulk. I put it like that.
definitely definitely but yeah but back to that the Van Elf like I refuse to throw dirt on him because like I go watch the exit interview with the Love Bass last year. He took accountability for his plays on the field. Say he wasn't good enough, then say he was going to live at the start off season to correct and get better. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, and he still had that same demeanor. Because I believe he's going to have a hell of a season with
You
the
talking about
Cowboys.
Banner Ish?
Yeah, that put him in
Yeah.
position to succeed by putting players in positions to
Hmm.
succeed as the number one job of a coach and coordinator. That's something that they didn't get last year. This year would be different if he hasn't stopped working since the end of last year. He has the right mindset. And you're right. He needs to be healthy. And he hold himself accountability, and that's the only biggest straight.
Now,
He doesn't put the blame anyone besides him.
Young, you know who Chi Town Cruz is, right?
E Town Cruz.
Yeah, he be in the comment section. Shout
Yeah,
out to T Town Cruz, man. Look,
yeah.
hey, look, he asked. He asked a question about Alabama yesterday, and this is
Mm-hmm.
what he was saying. He said that how come he asked the question, how come Alabama quarterbacks never thrive in the NFL? And this is what I had to respond to. I said it's because Alabama is more of a running back receiver.
Receiver system. Receiver, yeah.
Uh, Secondary, you think?
Uh, Alabama, they're like a running back in passing receivers, the receivers and running
Yeah.
back. Mm.
Like I would say to myself, you haven't seen any of the of like good quality quarterbacks come out of Alabama and then be like really extremely successful in the NFL, man.
Uh,
Uh,
to me, the only person I say, quarterback I say to me is like that's really like in the mid boat, like doing okay was like Tua.
yeah, Tua.
When I would say the Cardinals quarterback, Murray, Cal Murray.
right.
Yeah, I feel like those two, they doing okay,
But
but
see,
yeah,
like Ingram, you know what I'm saying? Ingram is solid. Amari Cooper, you know what I'm saying? Amari Cooper, everybody want to sit up here and talk about. That's what we talked about yesterday too. He said Amari Cooper wasn't doing good, man. Amari Cooper, man, done the best since he been in Dallas.
I ain't
he
gonna
had a breakout season.
lie. 2 years, 2 years ago, 2 years.
I love Amari Cooper, man, and I think it was you didn't know, okay, because you bringing him over from Oakland, and you looking at this guy, you like, okay, well, what is he gonna do? Immediate impact. Young, am I lying? Immediate impact.
Mm-hmm.
He
Right.
had he had immediate impact. So for them to sit up here and shit on a guy like Amari Cooper, and shoot, even Dak Prescott or whatever, man, listen, Dak Prescott is gonna come back. He's gonna come back with vengeance. Uh, Listen, and Young touched on a very key point, the elephant in the room, Jerry Jones. He got to let his son take over. Matter of fact, what does a scout name? I forget his name, man. And he's an African American cat. They need to let him in the front office. They had a chance to get Jimmy Johnson back in the front office, and they also had a chance to get Sean Payton at coach, to my recollection. So that
Mm.
would have that would they would have made some changes. They even were doing a solid job somewhat when they had Bill Parcells in the front office.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean they got to stop. They're not America. In my opinion, they're not America's team anymore. But everybody chooses to continue to take that title. They haven't been for a while, but do I believe in the Cowboys and see prominence in them? Yeah, but like it's like what Young said, man. Jerry Jones gotta he gonna have to step down and let other people take over, man.
Realize this ain't the '90s anymore. You're not gonna have. It's not gonna be that anymore. Like it's a new era changing. So you got to feel like feel like it's not.
Lou the
But
Ryder tell you what happened yesterday.
yeah, happened yesterday.
Lou the Ryder tell you what happened with Sherman getting charged.
Yeah, I saw it
Isn't
on
that a
Instagram.
fucking disgrace? That's a fucking disgrace. He's a part of the NFL Players Union, the executive,
Yeah.
vice president, right?
Right. Oh, you got
He
brought
got
up.
to issue a statement. He got to fucking issue a statement, young.
Yeah.
If I'm Richard Sherman, I'm not saying shit. I'm like, fuck you. But see, guess what? Guess what, though, young? Guess what?
Yeah.
That's where it comes in. Whether he does or whether he don't, you know why he gonna issue a statement, right? He gonna fucking issue a statement. Oh, then they're gonna be like, well, Richard Sherman, we feel that we have to move in another direction and everything. But see, if if he don't, it'll be like, well, Richard Sherman, we're kind of it's kind of suspect that you didn't say what you needed to say. Then they're gonna be suspicious.
Right.
So it's kind of like, motherfucker, what the fuck do you want this man to do? And then on top of that, they didn't even. Okay, they said he was drunk, right? Okay, what was his BAC?
I saw that.
What was his
I saw
BAC?
that video. I saw that video. He wasn't drunk. That man was not
Where's the
drunk.
BAC?
He wasn't even drunk.
Exactly, but in the report,
I saw
man,
the video. I'm like, he wasn't drunk. I was
I'm
like,
like, come on, man. What's up? What's up, 3,000? I see you in the building, man.
he
Like,
wasn't. I don't know. They said he was drunk. I said drunk. I said drunk people don't look like that.
it's just like with Lamar Jackson, right? And that's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Shout out to Lou the Writer again. Go up to his page. Okay, a man can go out there and go play ball in the community with some kids and stuff like that. But then they gonna come down on him, right, young? But had he been like, had a gun or selling drugs or something like that, then they still would have criticized him. So it's kind of like, young, what the hell do you want? What the hell do you want from these guys?
Yeah, man. It's just feel. I just feel. I just feel bad for the situation that had happened. Man. Just um, in the football field, I'm gonna say something about him, but out the football field, no, I can't really, you know, seeing this, people really is gonna kick him down, because I know what people are gonna say to him. I know people are gonna say that oh, he's drunk, he's drunk, he this, he's crazy, he needs mental help. I know people are gonna say that to him.
Right.
So yeah, I know they're gonna come there, but to me, he didn't even watching the video. He didn't even enter the home. He was attempting to enter the home that a member of family lives within, but they called the cops on him. When the cops got there, there was a stop and they arrested him. I understand
Right.
that the burglary, domestic are defined in particular ways in Washington, so the charges are what they are. But it comes across as it, he was either domestic abuse or thief for both ways. Was far for what they say that actually happened.
Right.
He was like, yo, come here, because he wanted to talk to his wife to see what
Yeah.
was the problem.
Right.
He
Exactly.
wasn't
Just like any other marriage.
like, like that's his father-in-law. Like, and they called the cops on him because
And and,
like, to
and
me,
see, and you know how it is, young. When you in like a nice neighborhood, predominantly white and everything, and things probably get a little out of hand and everything. People want to blow stuff way out of proportion and stuff.
to me, I feel like he had a melt. To me, I feel like he had a meltdown. I feel like he was I feel like he was. I mean, he had definitely he had a meltdown. And it doesn't sound like he hurt anyone physically. It sounded like his wife gave him it. Just that he had a help down. No, it happens, man. No, it happens, man. With relationships, you're gonna have some ups and downs, in a relationship. But I heard the judge had released him. The judge had released him without bail. Yeah, they ordered him to be released.
Right.
Mm, which he should, and definitely part of that. And he just I feel like everybody made mistakes, but I feel like he's going through something. He had a meltdown. He's going through something. And, and,
Well,
mm.
well, you know what else we got? We got to talk about, man. That I hadn't got your take on this, man. Tyson Fury, bitch ass.
I saw you said he was bad for boxing. I'm like, what?
Hell yes,
I was
man.
laughing. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, he
I
bad for.
heard so many boxers. I heard so many people say, no, not. I'm going for. They say Floyd Mayweather is bad for boxing. Tyson is bad for boxing. Wilder's bad for boxing. Nah, he's bad for boxing. It's like, damn, like it's like, damn, yeah. But what they scheduled to fight in? Yeah, I think I'd agree. Yeah, you can put him as receiver. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I think it's different from Barry because Marshall can run and actually can catch the ball. Mhm. He can run and actually catch the ball. So, like 1,000 yards, Yeah, but hold on, what's the price schedule to?
Oh, I was just saying that he should. Tyson Fury, Tyson. Deontay Wilder should not even. He shouldn't even fight right now. He should be like, you know what? I ain't gonna fight till January. You wanna play games like that? Because he was already mentally ready. Let me read some of these comments, young. Okay, you said 3,000. You said if I'm not mistaken, Faulk was the only player to have 1,000 yards. Thousand, yeah, exactly. 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. Yeah, and then you said you could put Faulk in the spread of the receiver. That's what I was saying. You could have to account for him exactly. And you said Roger Craig. Yeah, I forgot about Roger Craig. Yeah, Roger Craig, man. Yeah, he had it too. And then yeah, man, like both of them, both of them type of plays. I mean, you could use for Paul. But anyways, like I was saying though, young man, my bad. I didn't mean to get off key. Tyson Fury, man, he's bad for boxing, man. And the thing that is even more disgusting about him, young, is the fact that he wants to sit there and wants to take pictures, like LB and some of the other brothers were saying. He want to sit there. He want to take pictures. He want to show all this stuff. Go to MMA fights. Go look for cars and stuff like that without his mask, putting people at risk and stuff like that. If he had the COVID, which I don't really think he had.
Uh,
And I know you, on the fence about it, man. But I mean, we got to call it what it is, though, young man. This guy right here is suspect. Every time something tends to take place, man, you know what I'm saying? It's always some stuff coming up.
mhm.
Even when he licked the blood of Deontay Wilder, I said this dude got mental.
Ugh.
Remember that? I know you remember that.
I saw. I was like,
I
ugh.
know you remember that, man.
I was like, I saw. Yeah, I was like, you like a damn vampire. Shit. But
Because
for
I remember
me,
Ticket was calling the fight. And he's like, what the?
like, what the hell?
Like this dude got mental issues, man.
Yeah, he crazy. To me, he had went to Vegas casino taking pictures with fans without a mask after putting out the fight with COVID. So that was kind of like strange to me. And but I would say this: if you put it reverse, if Wilder would have allegedly got COVID right before the fight, they would have murdered him in the headlines. They would. And and to me, I would agree. I feel like he never. To me, I feel like Furry can't. Yeah, that's what Apollo. I said if it was reversed, if Wilder say no, he has COVID, then he's out the casino. He's in the casino in Vegas taking pictures without mask, and then now they say, oh, he doesn't have COVID. The headlines will destroy him.
Right.
They destroy him. And to me, I feel like
You talking about Wilder? How the media was destroying
yeah,
him?
yeah. I said if it was reversed, Wilder would
Right.
get destroyed.
Hmm.
And to me, Fury can't get himself up for it, because to me, is he even ever going to reach the heights of outboxing Wilder first, then battering him in the second fight? He has nothing to gain fighting in the third fight. He's seen like the attention, but struggles to maintain the interest.
Right.
And I want to know about his body, how his body's going to be, how Corey's body's going to be coming to this fight.
Man, no more better than what it looked like at the fucking press conference, young. That motherfucker look worse than he man. That motherfucker look worse than what he did in the first damn fight. I think y'all say he ate pork chop sandwiches and shit. Man, what the fuck, man? Like Deontay Wilder look head and shoulders way above shape, way in better shape, tip top shape than Tyson Fury.
Hmm.
And he looked like, and see, this is another thing too. This is what Monty Brown said too, young. I'm pretty sure you checked the channel out. I already knew this. He said this like 3 or 4, it's like 4 weeks ago, about a month ago. He said Tyson Fury was getting his ass whooped in the sparring session.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, he was like Sugar Hill, man. I'm disappointed in Sugar Hill, man. I'm
Well, what
disappointed
should
in
he say?
huh?
What should he say?
Not well. Sugar Hill was up in there, at the press conference, acting like, he was up in there like, yeah, well, our focus is gonna be to land knockout power and all this other stuff. Nigga, what the fuck? How you gonna say all that shit when he getting his ass whooped in sparring session? That don't make no sense. Don't try to put up a good front like everything is all good. Like okay, like with Blue Ray and Earl Spence, he'll tell you straight up. Now we still got a little bit more work to do. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit up there and act like everything's all good and stuff like that. And you got Tyson Fury putting up this big old front. You had all this energy at the press conference, young. Oh, but then when it's getting ready to get ready to be July the 24th, oh, guess what? Oh, hey young, I got the you know what. I got the you know what. You know what? Let's move it to October. No, really, you want to move it to October because your ass wasn't in shape. You saw Deontay Wilder. You saw that he done picked up some boxing repertoire now. Now it makes him even more powerful of a fighter. Because I said this, young, Deontay Wilder with boxing skills could be the best fighter ever. A couple with his size because he got the size, he got the knockout power, and he got the skill. And depending on who he fight, man, he be unstoppable.
Oh, definitely, most definitely, because like I said, like I said, his body's been coming to this fight. It's like why the slander Joshua gets being shaped all year round is weird. As a pro athlete, you're not supposed to get fat leaning into your next match or the game.
Right.
Um, and to me, it's like it's very suspicious. To me, because
I'm glad you riding on this one, young. I thought you were gonna
it's very
disagree with
yeah,
me.
cause like it's very suspicious cause like Furry looked like a lack muscle compared to his second fight at the pressure. Because even Furry did not look ready. Because Furry had done this before with Hayes and Vladimir Klitschko. So now he had
Yeah,
more time to take his vitamins and be ready for the fight. I remember he was originally planning to fight Joshua in the fall, and the court ordered made this fight, so he probably knew he was going to need more time.
right.
So, I mean, like, when's the fight? When's the fight gonna happen?
For Fury
Yeah,
is October the 9th.
okay, October 9th. That's yeah, that's like
That's like
July,
almost 4 months, man.
4 months.
I'm like, come on, man. Dog. I'm like, if you're gonna push it
Four
out that
months.
far, yeah, like what, July, August, September, October. Well, we're in the middle of July, so I mean a little under 4 months. But
I think he proved my voice right because I think it's only on October because Ferry needs some time to get his weight done. I think that's what he pushed it to me.
right,
To me, I feel like they pushing it up there because of his weight. Because like I said, no, he hasn't got up with his weight yet. So I think that's why they say they're giving him more time, like giving him like 6 months. It's a 6 months to get him ready in shape with those weights.
so we'll see what takes place. I appreciate
Hmm.
Young for stopping through, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shut it down, man. Uh, I appreciate everybody for stopping through too on my page and 3000 Omega Rico Campbell, man. I thank y'all for stopping through, man. Until then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. Young man, y'all have a blessed day, man. I'll holler at y'all.